Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another tool test with Tim. Coming right up. Alright, that's right, we are back. We are going to do, maybe just start a segment, an actual section for tool tests and reviews. A number of companies reach out to us in the last couple of months to either demo their products, their tools, or items to try on the car, like headlights, fixtures, whatnot. So maybe just sort of a new direction for us here. So before I get into anything else, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, like the video, comment on it for sure, share it out on social media, and that little bell. Make sure you hit that to let you know whenever we post out new content. We're also over on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, all that stuff, TikTok. So just check us out everywhere you are. Today we are taking a look at the thing behind me. Let's get it. Folks over at Hychika got a hold of me a little while ago actually and asked if I want to try one of their products on my channel, give a review, and I said sure. And I've actually been waiting and holding my breath for the cordless grinder to come in because I felt of the tools they had, a lot of them are for like home and garden and smaller DIY projects or just not suited for my, car theme channel here. But this one I figured I could give a heck of a review on, kind of pummel the crap out of and see how it holds up against my other grinders. Now those are all corded, but durability wise, that's kind of what I'm going after. The ones I've got are from Harbor Freight, so we'll put this, we'll put it to the test. Let's go ahead and take it out of the box. Alrighty. Got our instruction manuals, which from my history, I should probably read that. Got a nice, actually a darn sturdy handle here with the blade tool. So that's nice. Actually a nice, sturdy feeling handle. The grinder itself, it's got some heft to it. Doesn't feel cheap. A lot of these things you get, online, you don't really know the quality of them because you can't hold them in your hand before you actually purchase them. And this actually feels sturdy, so I'm impressed with that right off the bat. Got our power here. It's got a lock on, our blade lock. We do have a removable blade guy or blade guard. And again, my fingers are probably already screaming at me to leave this on, as the last few episodes have not been kind. This does fit on either left, right, or top, so we've got multiple angles for fitting on this handle. Usually I found these kind of go in a drawer because working in tight spaces for the cars, we don't use it, but we'll see if it works for us here. Our box here with our battery. This is a 4 amp hour 20 volt battery, so that is nice. And then this should be our charger. So again, charger seems pretty sturdy, pretty foolproof, charging. Temperature, charge, dead, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and get this plugged in, charged up before we go ahead and do anything. So we'll come back once this is charged up. Got one more little box in here I missed with a bunch of different size wheels. We've got a couple of, looks like 3/16 inch grinding wheels here. We've got a couple of flap wheels here, sanding discs, which is great, and then a cutoff wheel. So I know I've got a couple of these that I've been using what's this? This is, doesn't say the grit off the top of my head, but probably the same that I've got. And these grinding wheels definitely will be handy. And cutoff wheels, probably what I'm using the most between this and the flap wheels for paint removal and I guess rust removal. So let's go ahead real quick and wander over to the charger. Pretty simple process. Plug it in, drop the battery on here, and it says it is charging. So we'll wait for that to get done. The one nice thing I noticed, the battery does have a status indicator on the back of it. So when you're using it, you want to check your battery life, you can just press this button here and it'll give you 1, 2, 3 bars for the life. So that's nice. Alrighty, we have a charged battery. Like I was showing you before, there's a little indicator on the back of the battery. Push the little button and it tells you that it is charged. So if you've got a couple of different packs, you want to figure out which one is the one you want to grab or throw in the charge, you've got a real easy way to figure that out. The instructions did say they take about an hour to charge up, unless they've been sitting around for a long time. This one did take, I think, just about an hour. You know, being brand new, it had some charge in it, but we went ahead and gave it the benefit of the doubt, waited till that charge light was on green, and here we are. So real quick, I want to take our new grinder here, next to one of the ones from the other store, and take a look at them. They're both very similar in size and construction. Weight-wise, they are very similar. This one actually feels a little heavier, so that's nice. It does feel sturdy, like I said. This does have the 1, 2, 3 points for the handle. These guys just have 2. The one thing I will notice is that this one is a little bit longer. Not sure why, other than the mount for the battery back here. And the other thing I noticed right off the bat is these two on the underside, these plates are a little bit different threaded. So if you happen to lose your lock nut or your jam nut, likely your other brands will not fit on here. Not really a big deal for many people, but at least the tool is compatible between the different brands. And I know I've lost at least 1 or 2 of the ones that go on the other brands. So it's nice to know you've got a alternative if you lose this one. Thing is, the handles would be compatible too, so if you happen to lose or break yours, one of the ones from the other brands would likely fit on here. Or if you really needed to go at it with 2 hands, there you go. Let's go ahead and slap our battery in here. There we go. Let's go ahead and fire it up quick. It does not fire up as quickly as the other brands. Of course, those are electric, and these are, what, 10,000 RPMs, I think, on the other models I've got. And this is, this one here we're working with is 8,500, I believe, 8,500 RPMs. So a little difference, but the big thing is going to be, let's go over and test it out. Alrighty, so I went ahead and threw the flap wheel in here because I want to go ahead and work on getting some of this busted, crusty, old seam seal off, because on our old Chevy project we're working on restoring, we are cutting out these rusted rocker panels, and we've got new pieces to weld back in, but I've got to get the old pieces out. So let's see what we can use to get the seam seal off, and then work on cutting out some of this old metal. Alrighty, so did go through and grind off that seam seal very quickly, probably comparable to the other grinders I've got. It did actually strip off the paint pretty quickly. I was impressed with that. And the one thing I did notice is that as I was going through the seam seal, I got into some heavier stuff, it bogged down, just flat out quit. I assume that is to help kind of self-preservation so you don't burn out the battery or the motor. You can see I turned it off, turned it back on, and it fired up just fine, back to work as normal. And now I've got seam seal sprayed all over the back of my interior, which doesn't matter. Now, I've got a lot more work to do here to get this off because I've got to go drill out all the spot welds, cut out the bad metal. But let me just put on one of the cutoff wheels and run through this area here, for example. This is garbage, it's getting cut out, and I don't really care. All right, we've got our cutoff wheel on here now, so let's just, I don't want to go in here because this is part of the car I need to save, but if I'm looking at my parts, this here is one of the replacement parts of the rocker, and I can very clearly cut right in through this area here if I want to. So let's run it through here, just see how it goes with some rusty, crusty old metal. Well, that actually worked quite well. And look, there's even more rust down here. So far, those two tests have gone pretty well for me, I think. What I want to do is go ahead and run through this battery off camera here just to see what sort of duration and use I can get out of it. Then I'm going to come back with kind of a final review and let you know my thoughts. Alrighty, well we depleted that battery last night, let her charge up here, and we actually got quite a bit of work done with it. I was able to go through, get all of the other metal cleaned out of here, get this piece trimmed up, get some more trimming done on this top cap for the inner rocker panel here, and then get our inner rocker piece I fabricated cleaned up as well. So overall, this thing here did pretty well. I think if I was buying it, I would want a kit with 2 batteries in it. So if it is your only grinder, you've got a spare battery on backup to use, that'd be my only thing. So I'll probably be going out and buying a second battery. So I've got 2 of them myself. They do offer a 2 battery quick charger as well. So that would be something to look at if you've got more batteries. Nice thing here is very well balanced. Using it last night, I didn't feel like I was constantly having to fight to keep this thing balanced. So that is also a large bonus in my opinion. The only thing I would change in the design is the mounting of the battery. I would have thought maybe this would have come so you could stand it up and it would freestand, but no, it tips over. So I think if this was, the base was redesigned and this stood straight up and down versus angled and became freestanding, it would be a good design improvement. So I think wrapping this up here real quick, grinder, overall it's a good product. I'm going to keep using it here in the garage. Like I said, I'm going to grab a second battery because I think I'm going to use it that much over some of my corded devices. It is nice that now I've got enough grinders here where I can keep a different grinding wheel on every different grinder, whether it's a cutoff wheel, a grinder, a flap disc, a paint stripper. That's one nice thing, is to have enough of these things on hand so you're not constantly changing the grinding wheel on it. So if you're looking for a good, reasonably priced grinder that's cordless, I'd certainly give these guys a try out. I'll put a link down below in the description with all of my other links. And until our next review, I want to thank the team, Hychika, sending me out this grinder to go ahead and try out and test, and gets my thumbs up. I should probably come up with some sort of scale or grading basis on these things. And overall, thumbs up right now is all you need to know. So we'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.